Hey folks, it's Ray Latif, the producer and editor of Taste Radio. You're watching the Livestream Studio at BevNET Live Summer 2019. Thank you so much to our live stream sponsors, Zuckerman Honickman. This is the lunch hour. This is the last hour of the Livestream Studio, and we're so blessed to have Bonnie Shah, the Director of Business Development for LA Libations with us. Bonnie, thank you so much for joining us.
It's an honor to be here.
It is an honor, isn't it?
It is. It's my first time, speaking to you guys directly, so I'm really happy to be here.
How many times have you been to BevNET Live?
This is my second. So I've been with LA Libations for a wonderful year.
Okay.
Just past my 1 year mark, and looking forward to coming to more of these events, meeting these wonderful entrepreneurs, and it's a really great time.
Yeah. So a lot of folks are probably familiar with LA Libations. A lot of folks watching. However, for those who are not familiar with the company, what do you guys do?
So we are a hybrid incubator. We do a lot of different things. We create brands, we incubate brands in markets that we can replicate in different national places. And we also, accelerate brands and take them to mass market, partnering with our wonderful retail friends at Walmart and Costco, and, being able to go from, mass channel all the way down to your Irwans and your local spots.
And, to be clear, LA Libations is not just based in Southern California. Well, you're based in Southern California, but you're a national organization.
Absolutely. Just yesterday, Danny was sitting with 50 of the buyers from Costco. So
Danny Sepper, the co-founder.
Yep. Absolutely. We go everywhere. We are the category captains at a lot of the major retails and national footprints with Kroger and H-E-B and stuff. So we go everywhere.
So as the Director of Business Development, I assume that your role is in a lot of ways thinking about how to grow the company and enhance the portfolio. How do you evaluate new concepts, innovation, new brands, especially like some of the ones here at BevNET Live, and we're seeing about 300 unique brands at the event?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're pretty proud. We take calls with every single brand. No brand too big, too small, maybe not even formed and concept stage. And
pre-revenue. You talk to brands in pre-revenue?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
And talking through some of the concepts that they're working through, and we try to speak to about 250 entrepreneurs a year, and from that, what we've done is we like to see our own categories as well of where we think the market is growing, and putting some data and analytics behind that, and seeing CBD growing, and other categories that might be fading, and all of that, and yeah, it's pretty fun.
What are some of the beverage trends that you're seeing right now that have some runway, that you believe that have some runway, and what are some of the ones that you're a little cautious about? I mean, I can think of CBD as a great starting point.
Yeah, CBD is interesting. There's a lot of different players coming in. Definitely some brands are standing out, like Vibes, a wonderful product. A lot of people are talking about Recess. But we want to be really careful and nimble, and working with the retailers on helping them identify which brands they can trust, which ones have a lot of integrity, and being able to make the right recommendations, and being able to pivot, should the landscape change.
And some of those retailers aren't accepting any CBD brands at this point. Although I did see that Kroger is going to start carrying CBD topicals pretty soon, so that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. We look forward to bringing some exciting beverages their way, and in water and sparkling and shot form. There's lots going on.
When you see a new and hot ingredient like a CBD, what's the process of identifying the brand that can really take it to the forefront, the brand that can lead the way with that kind of ingredient and innovation, and pave a path for the rest of the category?
I personally like to evaluate the founder. Why did you start this brand? Is it personal, or is it strategic? And where are you sourcing from? And getting to the bottom of really understanding what the brand's about.
Again, I mentioned CBD. Certainly protein, probiotics. These have been trends and on trend for some time. What other sort of long-term or bleeding edge? We can go across the board. What are some of the bleeding edge and the long-term trends that LA Libations wants to invest in and sees real promise in?
Yeah, meal replacements. We really like to help these concepts, incubate within Southern California and working with the retailers and working with these smaller brands to give them a chance to prove their concept. So, working with Lion Tea, which is, the first ready-to-drink dandelion tea, and watching his growth on Amazon and seeing where he can go with that. And, Fizzy Fox is another brand that we're working with, organic sparkling shrub. And, Sprouts is, looking to bring them into SoCal. We've got them into quite a few retailers out there and growing the brand. And, sparkling water. We have Limitless working with Walmart and rolling them out into 4,200 locations. And it's, people are responding really well. We have another brand called Positive Beverage, which is a sparkling water, the only non-dairy beverage with both calcium and vitamin D in it, and a few other vitamins as well. And, rolling them out into Target, got them into Gelson's, got authorizations in Safeway. So it's going to be a really big summer for that brand.
You mentioned Lion Tea, which was a participant in the New Beverage Showdown. I think it was about a year and a half ago. And, dandelion root as an ingredient seems kind of esoteric. What's the approach there? Is it selling the ingredient, or is it selling the function, selling the function?
I think selling the function for sure. It's a natural prebiotic. In the tea bag space, dandelion is one of the fastest growing products. And so it seems like a natural progression for there to be a ready to drink. So very proud of that brand and what they're doing. And
you mentioned he had some traction online. I mean, do you like to work with brands that have already sort of established a proof of concept, been on the market for a little bit before they partner with you or before you partner with them?
Sometimes, if we like a category enough, we'll almost seek out a brand, or, in LA Libations fashion, we'll go and create it. We really like. We've just recently launched a brand called Ariba, which is, a chelada, a better for you chelada mix. Organic tomato juice, no high fructose corn syrup, and no MSG, no food coloring. And, watching that brand grow in Southern California, Arizona, and Texas, there's a lot of response to it, and it's pretty exciting. We're going to be going pretty big with it this summer. Yeah,
and that's an internally developed brand for LA Libations. Most of the brands that are part of the portfolio are ones that our partnerships come from outside the organization. What's the internal innovation strategy look like? Are you looking to build new brands as much as you are partner with existing ones?
Yeah, we're looking to disrupt categories out there. We have 2 brands that are coming out this summer. I'm going to leave that to Danny Stepper to be able to announce those, but it's going to be a really, really exciting time for us this year.
Danny would be fine if you give us a little hint, a little taste of what's to come. Okay, no, I see him over there shaking his head. Danny has exclusive access to the audio.
Yep.
Indeed.
Yeah.
One of the things that I really enjoy about BevNET, and you sort of alluded to this, is the excitement of the industry on an entrepreneurial level. We see so many new entrepreneurs come in, bright and bushy-tailed, excited about creating a successful brand. It's extremely difficult to create a successful brand. What are some of the ways that you've seen entrepreneurs, or where do most entrepreneurs need the most help?
I think it's in retail, laying out a solid foundation and execution. Space Shake continues to be a brand that velocities that we've never seen before. The way that they move in Whole Foods, and we're even going to be able to get them a test into Costco, and I mean, sky's the limit for them, but very much working with them in the beginning on taking their product from having a short shelf life to a longer shelf life so that they can then go national. And the Living Apothecary is another great brand that shows, tremendous growth over the last year. Moving into Texas, they just recently launched in Fairway, going into NorCal Costco, and just continuing to build out their facility and their team, and really proud of them.
What about funding? I mean, funding is obviously, we were at our beverage school event yesterday, and one of the presenters said, you will always run out of money. You will always run out of money. How do you help brands not run out of money? How do you help them think about their investment strategy from an early stage?
Yeah. So especially for early stage brands is go deep in a market as opposed to going too wide. Being able to realize that if you open up more retailers, that's more marketing spend, more promo spend, and effort to be able to really help your brand succeed. So I would say that starting in a smaller market, really getting the support and letting that run on its own before going too far. And then of course, with our brands, we very much keep a close eye on funding and bringing in strategic partners for them and continuing to help them flourish.
Well, it sounds like you're a great partner there, Bonnie.
We try.
Thank you so much for joining me on the Livestream Studio. Really appreciate it. Good luck with everything going forward, and please enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you so much.
All right. Great seeing you.